He was the ultimate American success story. The symbol of military integrity and calm leadership, who transcended race to serve at the highest levels of government. Colin Powell was the trusted statesman, but the devastating untold story is the immense quiet pressure his three children faced, the different ways they interpreted the Powell doctrine of service, and how they navigated the shadow of a father who was both a global icon and a living American myth. So what truly became of Michael Linda and Annmarie Powell, the heirs to a legacy built on absolute duty and unwavering integrity? Welcome. You clicked on this video because you know the General, the Secretary of State, the symbol of American aspiration. But the untold human story lies within the family that lived behind the scenes. In this exhaustive, deeply researched documentary, we will tell the complete multi-layered story of Colin and Alma Powell's three children. We will explore the path of the eldest son, Michael, who chose the political and corporate world, becoming a controversial regulatory leader. We will delve into the unique journey of the only daughter, Linda, who defied expectations by pursuing a life in the demanding world of professional theater. And we will uncover the story of the youngest, Annmarie, who chose a path of deliberate obscurity. To bring you this powerful story, we have gone far beyond the military records and the official biographies. We have meticulously researched the archives of the Powell family, analyzed their public careers and political contributions, consulted Colin Powell's candid memoirs, detailing his parenting philosophy, and pieced together the narrative of how this family endured decades of intense, unique scrutiny. This is not just a superficial, "Where are they now?" It is a deep, unflinching exploration of duty identity and the profound difference in interpretation of the Powell legacy. Number 3. The eldest son. The regulatory leader, Michael Powell. The Carter children's story begins with the eldest son who followed the path of law and high-level DC politics, but chose to serve under a different banner than his father. Not the Army, but corporate regulation. His life has been a relentless pursuit of power and influence, culminating in controversial leadership at the heart of America's telecommunications industry. Born on March 23, 1963, Michael K. Powell was the first child of Colin and Alma Powell. His childhood was the definition of military transient life, moving constantly as his father's career ascended rapidly through the ranks of the U.S. Army. Michael's formative years were spent near military bases, witnessing firsthand the disciplined structure and rigorous demands placed upon his father. The family stability was maintained by his mother, Alma, a woman who brought warmth and stability to their frequently changing homes. Michael grew up deeply inspired by his father's commitment to service and duty. He followed the family tradition into the military, attending the College of William and Mary for his undergraduate degree, where he was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army ROTC. He served as an Army officer for several years. His service was intense and honorable, but his military career was ultimately cut short by a devastating injury. In 1991, while serving as a troop commander in the 3rd Armored Cavalry Regiment, he was severely injured during a training exercise, sustaining serious wounds to both legs that required years of recovery and rehabilitation. This near-fatal experience instilled in him a profound sense of purpose and resilience. After his medical discharge from the Army, Michael pivoted dramatically into the world of law and politics. He earned his Juris Doctor from Georgetown University Law Center, where he graduated with distinction. This legal credential, combined with his family name and military background, propelled him into the sphere of Washington, D.C., regulatory and political circles. He began his public career in the Department of Defense, before President Bill Clinton appointed him as a commissioner to the Federal Communications Commission in 1997. His most significant public role came in 2001, when President George W. Bush, W. Bush, appointed him chairman of the FCC. As chairman during the critical early 2000s, Michael Powell oversaw one of the most transformative periods in communications history. The explosive growth of the internet, the broadband revolution, and major debates over media consolidation. His tenure at the FCC was his greatest scandal and his greatest achievement, depending on one's perspective. He was a champion of deregulation and sought to modernize telecom policy, advocating for competition and privatization, often viewing government regulation as unnecessary. His policies, particularly those related to media ownership rules, drew intense criticism from consumer advocacy groups and Democrats who accused him of favoring large corporations and weakening oversight. Despite the political heat, he steered the agency through complex issues like the merger of AOL and Time Warner, and managed the transition to digital television. His ideological commitment to market-based solutions, often placing him at odds with the liberal establishment, was a marked political divergence from his more moderate diplomatic father. After leaving the FCC in 2005, Michael Powell moved into the private sector, successfully leveraging his regulatory experience and political network. He became the president and CEO of the NCTA, National Cable and Telecommunications Association, the primary trade group representing the cable industry, a powerful role at the intersection of lobbying, policy, and technology. He remains a prominent Republican voice in American media. The untold story of Michael Powell is his successful transition from wounded war veteran to powerful DC insider. His life is a testament to the fact that the Powell doctrine of service could be fulfilled not just in the Army, but in the challenging, ethically complex world of corporate leadership and regulatory politics. He forged a career where he wielded immense power, a choice that his father, despite his own political views, supported as a legitimate form of public service. Michael embraced the power structures of Washington, becoming a key political and corporate player. His younger sister, Linda, however, would choose a completely different kind of stage, not the halls of the Pentagon, but the unpredictable world of professional theater. Number 2. The only daughter, the artistic soul. Linda Powell. The only daughter born during her father's early rise through the ranks. She looked at the world of flag officers and political strategy and chose a radically different path. A life of creativity and art over the corridors of power. She would navigate the immense pressure of the Powell name by finding her voice and proving her worth in the demanding, precarious world of professional theater. Born in 1964, Linda Powell arrived during a critical stage of her father's career, coinciding with his studies at the prestigious Army Command and General Staff College. Her childhood was like her brother's, defined by the structure and transience of military life, moving frequently between posts, including assignments in Washington, D.C., and at the Pentagon. Her choice of career was arguably the most rebellious in the family. While Michael pursued law and regulatory power, Linda pursued the arts. She attended the College of William and Mary following her brother, but then made a decisive break by enrolling in the New York University's Tisch School of the Arts, one of the nation's premier dramatic training grounds, where she earned a Master of Fine Arts degree. She committed herself fully to the challenging, often financially unstable life of an actor. Her mother, Alma, who had studied theater and music herself, was immensely supportive of Linda's artistic pursuits, providing the crucial emotional and creative backing. Linda Powell's career has been a testament to discipline, professionalism, and talent, earning her respect in an industry where the Powell name could easily become a distraction. She did not seek celebrity status or leading roles in Hollywood blockbusters. Instead, she chose the rigorous, demanding world of professional theater. She has an extensive resume in regional theater off Broadway, and most notably on Broadway itself, starring in productions like On Golden Pond. Her work has been consistently praised for its subtlety, intelligence, and range. She has also found consistent work in film and television, often playing roles that demand authority, competence, and gravitas, ironically reflecting her family's real-life status. She has appeared in films like The Wedding Singer and American Gangster, and has had guest roles on numerous hit television series, including Law and Order, SVU, The Good Wife, Blue Bloods, and House of Cards. Her ability to portray lawyers, doctors, police commanders, and judges reflects both her training and the unconscious projection of the Powell image of competence. Her scandals are non-existent. The only challenge is the precarity of the arts versus the financial and professional security of her father's world, a choice she made willingly. She has maintained a dignified and private personal life. The untold story of Linda Powell is her successful pursuit of self-definition through art. She navigated the pressure of the family legacy by choosing a path of profound creative expression where success is measured not by political clout or stock prices, but by the applause of a theater audience and the respect of her peers. She demonstrated that service could also be fulfilled by enriching the human spirit through performance. Linda mastered the art of public performance and emotional expression. But the youngest daughter, Annmarie, would reject the very idea of a public stage, entirely choosing a path of quiet community service and anonymity. Number 1. The youngest. The quiet anchor. Annmarie Powell, the youngest daughter who was a teenager during her father's time as chairman of the Joint Chiefs. She absorbed the legacy of service, but interpreted it differently, choosing a path of quiet community work and intentional obscurity. Born in 1966, Annmarie Powell was the youngest of the 3 children. Her formative years were defined by her father's rapid ascent from colonel to brigadier general, placing the family firmly within the high-stakes, intense world of national security and the Pentagon. She witnessed the most powerful phase of his career: his service as Deputy National Security Advisor, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the subsequent media fame, all during her adolescence and early adulthood. She received an education befitting her family's status, but her professional path did not lead to either the military nor the entertainment industry. She pursued education and, by most accounts, dedicated her life to community service and philanthropic work in the Virginia, D.C. area. Her work has been reported as centering on education and local community organizations, the truest, most unglamorous form of service the Powell family valued. Annmarie's biography is marked by a profound absence of public information, indicating a deliberate and highly successful effort to maintain her privacy. She has largely avoided the media. She has never sought public office, starred in a show, or actively engaged in the national political dialogue, even during her father's most high-profile campaigns for president or his tenure as Secretary of State. Her scandals are non-existent. Her untold story is the successful creation of a normal life. She represents the child who saw the chaos and the cost of public scrutiny and actively chose the opposite. Annmarie successfully created a life of anonymity and quiet purpose. She demonstrated that the Powell doctrine of service could be fulfilled by working outside the spotlight, dedicated to local grassroots impact. Her life is a quiet anchor, a powerful counterpoint to her siblings' public careers, proving that the immense weight of the Powell legacy could be interpreted through military policy, corporate regulation, artistic expression, or most profoundly through simple, quiet service. Her enduring role within the family was cemented by the immense tragedy of her father's death from complications of COVID-19 in 2021. Annmarie, along with her siblings, supported her mother Alma through this devastating loss, standing as a quiet pillar of strength. Their combined lives paint a compelling picture of a family navigating the demands of American duty, demonstrating that the immense weight of the Powell legacy could be interpreted through military policy, corporate regulation, artistic expression, or most profoundly through simple, quiet service. The 3 lives of Michael, Linda, and Annmarie Powell, shaped by duty, ambition, and the relentless pressure of integrity, offer a profound look at the challenges faced by children of world historical figures. Their story, rooted in the demands of American duty, highlights the diverse paths taken to fulfill a massive legacy. This theme resonates deeply with the story of another great general, a figure whose very name is synonymous with the concept of duty and controversial, defining leadership. That general was the iconic leader of the Confederacy, Robert E. Lee. On this channel previously, we explored the fascinating and often poignant story of Robert E. Lee's 7 children. Did you know that the heirs of the Confederacy's most revered general faced their own unique struggles in the harsh aftermath of the Civil War? Their lives involved military service following their father, artistic pursuits, managing the family estate at Arlington before its loss, and navigating the complex legacy of defeat and Southern identity. The full untold story of the Lee children offers a compelling counterpoint to the Powell dynasty. Click the video on your screen right now to uncover that incredible, untold story. And as always, thank you for watching.